I wanted to be a mechanic like my dad, but in high school, I got health science instead of mechanics too. And as soon as I got into the CNA program, I knew I wanted to be a nurse. I've always loved being around older people, but being a geriatric nurse isn't most people's first choice. It wasn't mine either, until now. I've noticed how some nurses treat older people. When my Mamaw was in the hospital, her hair hadn't been brushed in days and was almost matted. She asked the nurse to brush it. The nurse huffed and started jerking the brush through my Mamaw's hair roughly. "Never mind," my Mamaw said, so I did it gently for her. In CNA training, I had a patient with long fingernails, and she asked if I could cut them. CNAs aren't allowed to cut nails, so I asked the nurse if she'd do it. She snapped, "You do it, I don't have time for that." So I got a nail file. I don't want my Mamaw to go through anything like that. Ever since I can remember, I've loved spending time with my Mamaw. When she'd tell stories, we'd yell, "Come quick, Mamaw's telling a story." I always knew I wanted to live with her. After I figured out I wanted to be a nurse, I was sure I would. When we first talked about it, Mamaw was in great health. Later, we found out she had ataxia, which is a fancy word for balance problems. When she couldn't drive anymore, I had a few more years until I started college. At first, she could shower by herself, and all I had to do was wash and scratch her back. Now I get her showered during the week, dress before I go to class, and cook while she gives me directions. Sometimes I'm late for class, and she worries. But she also brags to anybody who'll listen that I'm in nursing school. While I get her dressed and take her to the bathroom, she tells stories. She retells them about once a week, but I never get tired of them. Now, I catch Mamaw about twice a day before she falls, and I plan to be here for her until she passes. She asks the Lord for enough years until I get through my nursing program. Sometimes she asks how much longer we can do this, and I say as long as the Lord lets us.